Alright guys, sorry about that. Alright, we'll test this again. Test. So, alright, sorry about that guys. So, let me go ahead and type this stuff in. So, supposedly we are broadcasting, so...
If anyone can hear us, please write it in their instant messenger thing.
Give me a second.
Dan and Carl are currently in Mexico on vacation. This has been a recorded broadcast.
Hilarious. Oy. Come on.
You can do it.
There it goes. Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh. Gotta love the Windows drivers. Gotta love them. Alright. Let me see if I can pull up the chat again. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oy. Alright. So, I do apologize, yeah. Let's see. I can go back up to the top. Yeah. So, I don't know what happened there, guys. Actually, I do know what happened. Somehow, some way, Windows is not... We were trying to plug in our little digital microscope here, and it wouldn't release the drivers because, for whatever reason from the last time, it was just saying, no, I'm not going to give up those resources. So, that's what happens sometimes, and rather than reboot, I'd rather just go ahead and do this. So, there we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, experiencing technical difficulties. Yeah. Do we actually have inspectors to send out? That's a good question.
It takes us about 10 days to get as many as we want.
So
we have 2 of them in stock. No one's ordered any.
Yep.
Actually, one person just ordered one.
Yeah. So there you go. Great question. Let's see. Oh, David F01. Any update on the firmware? Has it been updated from the last broadcast?
That's my saga.
Yep.
Which David was that guy?
No, this is a different David. David, this is the gentleman who's making the pop-up cups.
Ah, nice, nice. On the firmware front, we have taken advantage of the quiet seasonal lull, meaning on Christmas Day I got a lot of quiet time. And also, the last couple days we've had some quiet time and made a lot of progress on the firmware. So, we're testing it still. However, it's looking like it's ready to put out there to a couple of people. And so about a week's testing with those couple of people, I've got 2 people lined up. Then Less Music in Seattle is one of them. Mm-hmm. Then, unless some unforeseeable bug goes, I'll make a formal release. The good thing is we tested all the flashing on the 407. It's going to be painless, very painless for everybody. So that's what we had hoped for, and we verified it. And to me, that's great. I will continue to work on the firmware though, because there's a lot of features that we have already in the works that just need to be enabled and tested. And I can imagine us releasing some kind of a bump every 2 to 3 weeks for the next 6 months. We just have that many features that we want to do that are already there. They just need to be tested. So we're going to do it methodically. I don't want to take one step forward and then 2 steps backwards if we can help that.
Yeah.
Which is often the case when you do a software release. I'm not going to say Vista, but you know that has been known to happen even to the big boys. Next question.
Let's see. Oh, thank you, Powers USA. He says, but by the way, if anyone's looking for 3D CAD software, this may be an option. Thank you very much. Let's see.
Did you get my email, Jim? Your printer's ready. It printed flawlessly the whole week. We are really thrilled with the way it worked. And now we feel comfortable that when you get it, you won't be calling me saying it's not working. So we will arrange for it to be in the box in La Mañana.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, now we're back online. Okay, good. Whatever happened to the nice alternative shop we also saw those printers being tested in? It's still there. We still have it.
What was the question?
Ego1J wanted to know about the alternate shop location.
It's there, but basically we use it for burn-in. So we plug in stuff and let it sit there for weeks until we get it ready to bring over here.
Yep.
Our personnel are focused right here. Anyone who's come to visit us understands. We're very small but extremely efficient. Matter of fact, no one can believe who we are, where we are. But we're also getting ready to move. We have getting ready to put an offer in on 2 different locations locally here, 13,000 square feet, and the other one is 18,000 square feet. So, you know, we're making lots of moves. Our new operations manager is doing a fantastic job, and we're thrilled to death to have her help and have her be a part of us. So, Ellen, if you get a chance to watch this or you're showing it off to your friends, we mentioned you in person, and we're thrilled to make your acquaintance and love to work side by side with you. So, things are coming together. I still have 4 fingernails left for the, I haven't lost yet. I keep pulling the other ones out. Anyway,
let's see.
Okay, Ego1J, we love you like we can't say. I mean, you have that charismatic flavor to your speech pattern, and you're very smart too, which is a nice combination. So, no, Jim has an engine, you have a system, and yours is there, and yours is ready to go. So yours also will go in the box. And we have another one ready to go as well. This was a good week for us because we got into the double digits finally. So now we've got double digits out in the field. And that means it's going to pick up better and better because we're doing almost no rework at this moment. And now it's just assemble and test. And I'd say the hotheads was the big coup for the week.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to like this. Even my machinist didn't want to try and do what we did, but I figured out an easy way to pull it off, and it works great. So I'll have to show it to him tomorrow when he comes back from holidays. That's a little bit of a stricture for us in that a lot of people are not working over this season, and so some of our suppliers and UPS, people like that, that's been a little bit interesting to try and continue on making progress during this time, but we switched gears and we took advantage of the quiet time, and it's worked well for everybody. We have several new things that I won't tell you about, but new designs. You have to understand, when we do the hothead, when we're tweaking it, there's other things that are being done at the same time. So you'll see things like this right here. And that's an integrated printer with its own blower that's like a Quiet Storm print head. And as a matter of fact, that's what I was doing over there, is we were going to actually try and make a print tonight with it. So the there are several other types of print heads that are in progress in parallel. So while we're making testing here, we're trying out some other new ones. I think you guys are going to find that these other print heads have a lot of interesting applications as well, and they open up some new possibilities.
Oh yes.
So we would love to announce them to you, but our guys who's doing our patents advised us to just hold off a couple weeks while he finishes filing them, and then we'll make a formal announcement. It might be 3 weeks from now when we do, but I think you guys are really going to like it because we'll have one to print with, and let's just say we can print at an elevated temperature. I'll leave it at that for now. So there you go. Let's go.
I'm considering strapping a UPS power supply to the bottom of the Husky so the printer won't have issues during power failures or cart moves.
Well, that's actually a great idea, because if you have a cart that you've got to move around while you're printing, I think if you noticed on last week's broadcast, when we were doing all 4 heads at once, I was actually moving the printer around during the middle of the move.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging, but I'll say that that's not everybody does that. So,
but you could.
But you could, if you were not too much of a race car driver, you absolutely could have a UPS mounted in your bottom drawer, and you could probably run for 30 minutes with no trouble at all. As a matter of fact, we were at Micro Center the other night looking at 1,500 VA UPS units, and I think that you would have been.
Would have been just fine.
Well, we have a 650 watt power supply, so it could deliver 875 watts. So I think. For 30 minutes, I think you would be able to print for a full half hour of power interruption. And that's enough time to roll from the kitchen to the bathroom to the bedroom, so you can sleep with your printer if you want, you know what I mean? Just in case. So.
Yeah. What's the overall power draw of the printer?
With one heated bed, the dual core Atom processor, and 2 heads in it, you're running about 250 watts. That's plus or minus 25 watts. The reason we powered up so high, the 650 watt power supply, was so that you could run 4 heads at high power and the heat bed at even higher power level, and we had left a little extra juice over there to run like a Core i5. But right now we have never configured something of such power. So, well, there's some new processor models that are coming out that are very energy efficient. They're running like 25 watts total dissipated power, and their pass mark is nearly 8,000. So. Give you an idea, put that in perspective, that's 10x the performance of what we're shipping our printers with. So that's pretty healthy. It's an evolutionary product. Nice thing is it's modular.
Oh yeah. So when it does come out and it becomes a price point that you guys can purchase them at, you just pull out the ones that are currently there, drop them in, and you're good to go.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to try and keep tonight's broadcast short.
Yeah.
You guys don't know it, but Hutch's family celebrates Christmas a few days askew because they have family members who must work on Christmas Day. And so I'm going to try and keep this short so he's rested and ready for tomorrow's festivities. I understand most of it's fully clothed, but it does involve reindeer wrestling and some other eclectic type activities.
The brothers and I have not gotten back together like this in the past 5 years.
Is David here?
David is here. Yeah, he'll be coming out tomorrow.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it when a family gets together. I wish mine could, but I mean...
He wants to see the shop, eh? And when you know it'll be another David.
He's getting a new name. And he can't be Hutch, too.
No, Exactly.
All right, what do we got here? We got another little question. I have both 12 volt and 24 volt battery banks in my shed. Can I bypass using AC with my engine? Ooh, that's an excellent question. You need to talk to me, because if I said yes, it would be too simple of an answer. So I'm going to say yes. We actually have a version that was wired that can run from your car battery. We can actually run a printer from your car battery, the entire thing. But that one doesn't run with the embedded PC, it runs off our tablet. That is pretty much it. And you have to include a 12 volt to 5 volt buck regulator, which we've got tons of at $5 a piece.
If I could make one observation, this gentleman is in Australia, where it's 240, and it's not not 110.
But he's no. He's running. I'm going to guess he's in the Outback or something, and he wants to run off of his solar battery backup stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you what.
Like
we're looking for niche markets. Obviously, we're not going to cover the whole world's market. The price point and everything else doesn't match everybody's needs. But one niche market is portable printing. So people don't get the idea. But if you're out 100 miles from civilization and you want to make a hand grip or a knob or who knows what you need. Okay, I don't have any idea what tools are. And soon when the metal parts start coming out of the machines, then that's going to be even a whole different game changer. But the idea is to be able to run these from a 12 volt 50 amp power supply, and that is exactly what a boom box amplifier draws out of one of your boom 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 kind of you know, the guys drive by you in the car shaking your windows. That's exactly the same power. So it doesn't draw any more juicy juice out of your car than does those guys driving by listening to the shake up your car and rattle your teeth music. But some of it actually feels pretty good. I can't hear it, but I can feel it. And so if you guys are thinking of doing a green installation or off-grid, absolutely there is a way to wire this up.
Oh, thank you, David. Thank you, David F01. Thank you. Too many Davids, yeah. Let's see, Ian Toll says, oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Wow. Don't lick your wires. At 4:15, it would be quite exciting.
Explosive.
Actually, when you get your unit, do not make the mistake that our last Australian customer did, and that was they left it switched to 110. So we have it on the QC list. We'll make sure it's switched up, but you gotta do your due diligence. And since it's coming from America, you want to make sure that we didn't overlook or the UPS didn't shake it up or whatever. Make sure the little power selector is switched for the higher voltage. That's true of any of the rest of the European customers as well. I like that. I like that a lot. So,
let's see, there's probably a couple of questions, and Charles had a couple of prints he wanted us to...
well, those are awesome.
Yeah.
What was he making? Snakes?
I think so. Oh, Seraphinius? No, I have not sent out the pictures as of yet. I just didn't get a chance to send them out on a Kickstarter update today, but they'll be going out there shortly in the next Kickstarter update. So, oh wow. So hold on a second. Let's see if we can move this over just a little bit so you can see over the chat room area. There we go. I'm gonna try and see if I can pull this around just a little. Hold on a second, guys. Get a better shot at this. There we go.
All right. Well, that's obviously what he was trying to make, but it's not the print.
All right. So hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna blow it up just a little bit.
Is this Charles?
So, yeah, of course it is.
This is looking cool, Charles.
Yeah.
You're impressing me.
There we go.
All right. That's not a print, though. This is the design, if I recognize it correctly. That being the Windows close thing, which we don't have on our print bed.
Yes, that's correct. This is OpenSCAD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's OpenSCAD.
Well, let's get out the CAD stuff and let's go for the real part.
Okay,
nice.
There we go. Oh, wow.
Nice.
So he taped it up onto his monitor.
I see two parts, though, laying on top of each other.
Yep. So he was able to print them.
What are these springs? Is that what you've got? You've made springs?
I think that's...
Those are awesome.
Oh, wow. It's made off of his engine, guys. So... that's looking pretty good.
You really need to get your blower going there, though.
Yeah.
The texture on that one part will vastly improve if you put a blower on it.
Yep.
FYI.
Yep. Let's go and
Matter of fact, you should come by later this week and let us throw a fan, the new blower fan on yours if it works good.
Okay. Let's see if we got a few.
You realize everyone's reading your emails there.
Oh, I know.
All right, guys, ignore any emails to terrorists.
So, wow, he's been printing up a storm.
I guess so.
Yep. Look at that. Put discs down.
Finger toes. I mean, frog toes.
Frog fingers.
Frog fingers.
Devo discs. Whatever. Whatever we're calling them this week. And guys, really, truly putting that down, those little discs down on your prints.
Huge difference.
Huge difference. These are test springs. Just tell me when. Okay.
All right.
So, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I want him printing with a fan.
Yep.
I can tell you right now, this will look so much better with a fan. Matter of fact, time it to the end of the week, and I'll let you have a copy of the new firmware too. That'll keep you from doing the okay.
Charles, this is beautiful, man. Wow, that's nice.
Cool.
All right, I think there's one more, but
now we're burning daylight. That looks good. Thanks for sharing that a lot.
Yep. Well,
Just close it out.
okay. So there you go, guys.
You got places to be.
All right. There's Davo. Davo Bats.
Well, an individual who does not clean their head regularly will get certain amounts of plastic when we run them.
Mhm.
That comes up, it curls up and touches it. It tends to do that.
And when it touches it, it tends to want to stick.
Yeah.
So because it's
And then-
relaxing, it relaxes itself. I mean, you're going, yeah.
But in all fairness, we used that print head a lot before we gave it to him. So I don't know how much he's printed, but it had probably a couple hundred hours on it before he got it. So
Yeah. We always make sure of that before it goes out the door.
there you go. The goop is traces of plastic that the head caught.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we give a wire brush with every system, so you can brush your tip off, keep it clean, and that's why we're still working on a little rotary clean your brush system.
Yep.
So. Who's the bright green? Is that?
That's the midnight manufacturer.
I
Yeah.
can't. For some reason, my eyes don't pick that color up.
It's okay. I can barely see it. There's some way that I can actually remove that color somehow in the chat, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that. So that Charles would show up as a, I guess you could say, a darker green.
You must be approaching 500 hours then. That's good. That's good.
That's awesome.
We have a couple heads that hit 1,000 hours this week, so we're starting to feel better about life.
A lot better.
So
Yeah.
that's with zero maintenance. So the trick is learning how to load your filament. Once you know how to curve it and it just goes right in and out, then that's really the big thing these days. And I'm looking to see if there's a way to even make that easier. But most people, once they learn to load the filament, it goes great. So.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh.
Mr. Or DeCosta, any update on shipping? So I'm reading some questions here and there, guys, from not just from the chat room, but also from email. And if anybody tweets us, I'll ask those questions up on and same thing on Facebook if you post on our wall.
So David DeGosta, I will give you your delivery. I'm not sure till Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you on Tuesday. The reason is your unit might stop in Las Vegas.
First.
I'm not going to say anymore. You know how it's hard to pass up those beautiful lights on their way in and everything. So, no, I need to talk to you about that. Let you know what our plan is. So, and Les says he added 200 plus more hours to his. So, thank you for burning that plastic. We really appreciate it. And I believe that John Richardson's now printing. I talked to him this morning, and you know, he's now in the learning curve of printing. You know, how much to stick it with and things like that. So, and yeah, that's there. Everyone's going to be that way, unless you're a totally lucky seasoned professional. You're going to find a few little tricks to make it work a little better. We'll give you the hints. We'll tell you what we do, and then of course no one's going to listen to us right off the bat because that's just the way it works. So a few people do, but almost everybody's got a better way to do it.
Okay. Ian told us, said, I'd really like to get an update on mine being shipped to Australia. Well,
and I can do that tomorrow.
Yep.
We got the last unit there in one piece.
Yes.
Everyone's wondering what's going on because we have all these engines running around here. When we shipped the one to Australia, we shipped it with some prototype foam, just like we did the System 30. When it got there, we'd already ordered another 50 sets for the engines we have. They were supposed to have shipped out on Friday. I did not get confirmation before end of day, so we're hoping tomorrow we know about it. We want to get them out. So as soon as we've got that foam, we know it's going to get there in one piece. We will start pumping the engines out. The Systems 30s, we're making them in batches of 5 and 10. So the last 5 are just about gone, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are currently at a stage of assembly, and there are 6 more around the corner right behind that. So those will go out as fast as we can get them off the line here.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like it's going quite smoothly. So assemble 3 or 4 days later, because we won't ship anything that hasn't printed all the parts that go on it. It just, if we break that rule, then everyone's going to regret it, and you know, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So this week we're trying to get 5 more units out the door. That's our goal.
Yeah.
And that's a noble goal on a holiday week.
Yeah.
But I think we're all working New Year's Day, so it's all good. Hey, it's New Year's Day.
Yeah. And X-Ray Charlie, I have been printing on your machine. I have 2 more parts I've got to print out for your machine to be finished. So once I'm comfortable with the quality that it prints off with,
Well, everything's printed perfect, though.
and then
Don't be
yeah.
confused. It's not like you're not happy with their performance. It's that we aren't organized enough to print everything at one time.
yeah.
But we're getting there. We got nice checklists now, and they're checking them off as they
Mhm.
print them. Again, we're new at some of this stuff. It's really been an evolution on that, on the manufacturing QC side of this.
Yes.
So crossing the T's and dotting the I's and then underlining the date. A lot of extra little precise things to get done.
Oh yes. I've got like 1 or 2 more questions, and then I gotta actually, you know, I think this is by far the best time to actually bring it up. We are planning to go out to Las Vegas, and you guys probably are asking yourselves, why Las Vegas? Well, January the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th is going to be CES, and we've got a couple of booths there. So we're going to be exhibiting in not just one, but also but another booth. So a total of 2 booths. So
4 printers.
Yep. So if you guys are in the Las Vegas area, or if you're going to be attending CES, we will be there.
So let me explain. 2 of those printers are going to one of our original backers, Brian Arendis. And
Yes.
Brian, a million thank yous.
Yes.
So, that's so funny. New York is cooler. New York is freezing.
Thank you, Rox.
And so Brian has already gotten a booth. We're not paying for any of this. We just got lucky. 2 people said, hey, we're your backers. Let's just, we have a booth where you put your machines in them. And Brian, we owe them to you. So absolutely. These guys are going to get, somebody's going to get the short straw and have to drive these out because no one is willing to pick up on Wednesday. So Thursday's too late. No, we're all drawing straws, and I'm making sure and cut his straw before I put it in there. So, but yeah,
Yes.
that's what's going on.
2 booths. Yes, that's right. You go, Jay.
And so the 2 for Brian are going out there, and then actually, Mr. DaCosta, we're going to talk to you about, if you'll let us, we'll move yours through the show and then on into you, and then 1 more to the guys at 3D Print Life.
Yeah.
Who are taking shape, doing great things actually.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
Uh-oh. Lord David raised his hand.
I think he wants a little vacation. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, Charles. Thank you. And I'm gonna take those guys. I'm gonna be posting them up on. Hopefully, if it's okay with you, posting them up on our Facebook account and also via our website and Flickr and those guys. If that's okay with you. So.
Can everybody see both of these?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ours is just a little bit larger on this side because it's a little bit easier to see versus this. I always want to make sure that that all the backers can see the chat room. So if any links, which you guys always provides some of the most awesome links possible, like Powers USA earlier tonight, they'll be here, and you'll be able to go back through the broadcast and actually find those links and go forward.
I kind of forgot one little detail too. I don't know if you guys were interested, but I would like to tell everybody that the scanner's been worked on this week.
Yes, the 3D scanner.
And that they had some scans in live. Was working good. They're using the Connect and starting Tuesday or Wednesday. I do not know which. The guys at Caltech have been gracious enough to allow us to get together with them where they have a Connect 2. And they're going to be evaluating that. So I was very impressed with the young man who's working on the stuff so far. And so Lawton, thank you very much for your efforts. I think you got a real future. Wherever you end up in this life, I am sure you're going to do great things. So.
Yeah, so Jay, you're right. The website does still say November special on the System 30.
I'll shoot a thing that tied and have that changed.
Okay. Yeah.
that should be gone by the next broadcast.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
what? You mean it's not still November?